What's up, everybody? Another segment of Frankly My Dear. So, man, I'm gonna dive right into it. Like I said in my last video for the Eastern Conference, I'm splitting the conferences up, man, because the NBA always got so many storylines. YouTube still got me on this damn 15-minute restriction, so I couldn't squeeze it all in one video. So hopefully I don't go over 15 minutes with this one. I doubt it. But anyways, man, let's dive right into it. Top 5 storylines of the Western Conference. Most of them, some of them are obvious, man, but we gonna dive right into it right now. All right. First storyline: how will LeBron impact the landscape of the Western Conference? This is the question that everyone has. For those who don't know, your boy is a big time Lakers fan. I think my blood type is Lakers. Okay, and I know a lot of people didn't watch the Lakers last year, but the Lakers won like 36 games last year, man. Okay, and I think a lot of people are underestimating the talent that they have on that team, and people are just not thinking that. They act like it's impossible they can't fathom one of the players getting better. Like, they can't fathom Brandon Ingram becoming a 20. He's already a 17 point a game scorer last year. People can't fathom that he could become a 20 to 24 point scorer. Okay, Lonzo Ball, people try to call him a bust. He didn't shoot that high percentage. He had one streak where he was shooting pretty good. Then he got hurt again. When he came back, it was back to like he was beginning of the season. But the guy averaged almost a triple-double his rookie season, even though it was just with 10 points, okay? And defensively, he's very underrated, And, I see a lot of people always saying, they don't have shooters, they don't have perimeter play. Lonzo is a pretty good perimeter defender, man. Like I said, most of these people ain't watched the Lakers play last year. Kuzma, he can kind of get into that Hawk mode. I don't know how that's going to work with LeBron. I know when a guy's kind of erratic like that, streaky, and, in the past, LeBron has got them guys out of there. Think about Dion Waiters, similar mindset, to like a Kuzma. And they got some veterans, man. They got JaVale McGee. People say what they want about him. JaVale McGee is a champion, And JaVale McGee is not the same JaVale McGee, okay? Lance Stevenson, tough guy. They got guys who can get physical with these other teams out west. The West has a lot of guards, as we all know, a lot of elite guards. And you need these tough guys who aren't scared or intimidated by them. These are the perfect guys to have if you're trying to, because basically what the Lakers did, in my opinion, is they said that you're not going to be able to outscore Golden State, so you might as well annoy them. And that's what they got. They got players that can annoy Golden State, okay? So it's going to be interesting, but can they beat Golden State? I'm not sure about that one. But it's going to be interesting to see how LeBron being on the Lakers, how it impacts the playoff picture, how it impacts the growth of the players on the Lakers in general. If something isn't working out, it could potential trades that may happen that could alter the landscape of the conference. So it's going to be interesting to see how LeBron being on the Lakers, being in the West now, will impact the conference. Storyline number 2. How will the Warriors, when Boogie comes back, how will they incorporate him, into their style of play? I think if Boogie even half of what he was, half of Boogie is still good for 16 points a game easily, 8 rebounds a game easily, 3 assists a game easily. So, it's going to be interesting to see if Boogie is still Boogie when he gets back. And it's also going to be interesting to see when they bring him back. The Warriors, they've shown to be very similar to the Spurs in that they don't they pace themselves now, and so they may feel like they don't need to bring Boogie back until after the All-Star break. They may not feel they don't need to bring him back to maybe a month before the playoffs start, So it's going to be very interesting to see how he impacted. But Boogie is Boogie. Nobody got a chance in the Western Conference, in my opinion. In the league, in my opinion. Nobody got a chance in the whole league. And I'm not saying nothing that nobody don't already know, But that's just what it is. It's going to be interesting to see. And honestly, man, it's just, in a way, it's going to be kind of exciting. Even though I hate the fact that they're all together. But it's going to be kind of exciting in the sense to see literally 5 All-Stars on the floor at the same time. That's gonna be crazy, and three out of the five top 10 players if Boogie is back healthy. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. Third storyline. Is Carmelo Anthony washed? Man, as y'all know, man, if y'all could look back, I made videos about Melo in the past, man. Just my disgust, man, and Carmelo, man. Just how people need to put his career, who he is, into perspective, man. For those who don't know, man, I was a big Carmelo Anthony fan. Love Carmelo, man. I biggest Carmelo fan you can see, man. You know, I was always a Lakers fan, but I love Carmelo. You know, Carmelo was my favorite player. All right, but Carmelo, I don't know what's been going on. You know, it's almost like, you know, when you lose so much, it just becomes a part of you, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he plays on a Rockets team that don't like mid-range shots. They like a lot of layups and threes. Melo can catch and shoot, you know, so I don't think that's gonna be the problem. But Melo, no effort on defense. You know, you can make a case at this point in time. Trevor Ariza is more of a championship caliber player than Carmelo is. Okay, especially for what the Rockets like to do. But it's gonna be interesting, man, to see how they incorporate him into the game plan. But and it's gonna be interesting to see if he's willing to come off the bench too, if need be. But I will say this, you know, we had question marks last year about how Chris Paul would play with James Harden, especially me, you know, two ball dominant guys, and that worked out brilliantly. So if it's anybody that can figure out how to get the best out of Carmelo Anthony, I think it's Chris Paul. You know, I think Chris Paul is going to be able to get something, at least something out of Carmelo, but I don't know if it's going to be enough of a something to topple the Warriors. And then, you know, of course, as usual, down the stretch, I hate to say it, but you can't rely on Chris Paul, man. Mainly because of his durability. You know, something always happen down the stretch, and then Harden he wears down the stretch. He's not the most conditioned player neither. Melo never been considered one of the better conditioned players. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man, this team see if they're able to not run out of gas down the stretch, man, when playoff time come. Storyline number 4. What is going to is Westbrook on the decline? And I'm not talking about numbers, man. I'm talking about getting another surgery on that knee. I want to say this is his 4th arthroscopic surgery or 4th surgery on that same knee, you know, since Patrick Dirty Beverly, you know, injured him a couple years ago in the playoffs. And eventually, man, you know, you start to wonder with his style of play, the impact, the explosion, you know, the energy he plays with, you start to wonder that it's going to start to take a toll, man. And it's going to be interesting to see. I think he's out for, I want to say, the first month, if that, of the season. So, you know, we're going to see if PG is worth that max contract, you know. The team is going to be his for a couple weeks. We're going to see if he's going to be able to keep them afloat, keep them from, you know, the West Conference is very, very competitive. He's going to have to keep them afloat, keep them with the rest of the pack, man, when it comes to trying to make the playoffs, you know. I got my own thoughts on Paul George, but I ain't going to get into that because it ain't appropriate how I feel about him up here. Mind you, I'm a Lakers fan. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see. I think Dennis Schroeder was a great pickup for a backup change of pace guard, man, for that team. But it just sucks that it just sucks that Westbrook is hurt, man. So this game tonight, man, this is probably going to be a great game tonight. But now I don't know how it's going to go. Not the biggest fan of Billy Donovan. We just gonna see how year 2 of this experiment go with Westbrook and PG. I don't think it's enough to get them through the Western Conference, but you know, if Westbrook comes back playing like he played George, a second year in that system, second year of adapting to playing with Westbrook, who knows what can happen? You know, and Adams, a very underrated center in this league, who knows what can happen? Last storyline: who will break through for the playoff spots 3 through 8? You know, you got the Lakers. You got up-and-coming teams like Denver. You got will the Pelicans regress without Rondo and Boogie? You got Utah. You know, a lot of people are big on Utah. Will they continue to improve? Will Mitchell take the next step? You know, You got the Blazers, who, to me, their coach, to me, is the most underrated coach in the league. You know, because really, if you look at the Blazers, man, the Blazers really don't have a lot of talent outside of Lillard and McCollum. They have zero, to be honest. Nurkic is pretty good. It's a decent big man. You compare him to somebody like a Valanciunas type, but man, I don't know how the Blazers be making the playoffs every year, but you can never count them out, man, because I think Terry Stotts is a very underrated coach. Other teams, the Grizzlies got Conley back, you know. They always gonna be tough when they got Conley and Gasol out there. The Clippers, even though I hate the Clippers got a decent starting five. They still got Doc Rivers. The West is still very competitive, very hard, man. It's gonna be very interesting to see who fills out 3 through 8. You know, especially with LeBron in the conference now. I can't imagine a team led by LeBron not making the playoffs. Which will leave one of those teams from last year out. A team I don't think is gonna make the playoffs, which gonna sound blasphemous. I hate to doubt them. It's almost like doubting the Patriots is the Spurs. You know, they are down 3 guards. You know, 2 of them. I want to say 2 of them got injuries that's out for the season, and 1 of them is out for months. It's just rough, man. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be hard for them to overcome. But at the same time, they still got Pop. They still got DeRozan. Rudy Gay, call him what you want. He still can give you 18. Pau Gasol, call him what you want. He's still a very high IQ, very smart basketball player. So they still got some guys, man. But it's just going to be very interesting to see 3 through 8. And it's going to be interesting to see if a team kind of comes back, falls back to earth a little bit. Maybe the Rockets, you know. Let's say the chemistry isn't there with Melo and things kind of fall off. I can easily see another team getting that 2 spot. But like I said, man, I was gonna make my prediction as for the finals in this video as well. So I thought long and hard, man. As a Lakers fan, you know, I ain't gonna sit here and be crazy. I got the Warriors. I still got the Warriors coming out of the West, especially if Boogie is Boogie. If Boogie Cousins is healthy, if they stay healthy, it ain't no way. It's going to be sweeps all through the playoffs to the finals. Out of the East, I hate this team. I really hate them, but I hated this team before. Never mind. I can't pick them. I was about to say the Raptors, but man, I'm gonna stick with this Celtics, man. I'm going to go with the Celtics. I know that's the easy pick, man. I wanted to go with the Raptors so bad because I feel like Kawhi really is that player that can change the culture. But I'm going to go with the Celtics. I'm going to say they stay healthy for the whole season. And in the finals, winning it all, I got... in the finals, I'm going to come back to y'all. How about that? I just go with what I got in the finals matchup. I got the Warriors and Celtics. Y'all let me know what you all think. Hit the like button, subscribe button, comment. Y'all have a productive day. 1.